We slip in life. Many a times we want to do this, we know why we should do it, but we still miss it. There are many reasons for it, there are many explanations for it, and so forth. But instead of going into those, can we have a method to come back to our version of normalcy? Can we have a simple one that works? And here I'm going to share something I call the F.C.K method. It's just a fun way of putting these letters together, but it works. And I'm going to explain why it works and share the framework. Hi, my name is Jeev Sahoo. Sahoo, like Yahoo. I speak on mental well-being topics. I combine techniques from entrepreneurship, from cognitive behavioral therapy, philosophy, and just general common sense. Like many of you, life happened to me. Things were up, things were down. And because this is not a topic that everybody speaks about openly yet, I also try to find my own solutions. And once it worked for me, my friends, and so many other people, I've decided to share. And I have only two KPIs. One, is it simple enough to do every day? Two, does it work? These are very important. If you haven't subscribed to this, please do. It does something to the algorithm that yeah, the video and audio can go to more subscribers and more relevant content can come to you. Let's get started. We have ups and downs in life. We saw in our emotional framework that there are so many ways our emotions can vary. Many times we think only 3 or 5 emotions, anger, sadness, happiness, and so forth. Depending on where you look at, there are 200 to 300 kinds of emotions. And these days there are research happening that show tens of thousands of emotions as well. If we know how to navigate this, we can navigate these ups and downs. So what do we do to come back to our version of normalcy? What is this F.C.K method? Now, before I share F.C.K, remember this is your version of normalcy. This is your version of being ready, calm, and clear. I cannot define that exactly for you. I can give you a framework, but the it's better that you define it, because then you know what you are aiming for. Okay, my version of normalcy is completely different than anyone else. The first letter F stands for forgiveness, and I'm not asking you to forgive anyone except yourself. I forgive myself for whatever has happened in the last 1 hour, last one day, last 1 week, or whatever. Now, remember we talked about this. You can visit the past, but don't live there. So forgiveness is not about going back to the past again and again. Forgiveness is to accept what has happened, learn the lesson, and use it to do something helpful so that you can improve in life. Forgiveness does not mean that you were right or you were wrong. I don't know. Maybe you know, maybe you don't know. Forgiveness simply makes you ready for the next step. Forgiveness accepts that you're human. And the faster you forgive yourself, the faster you can do something about it. You remember the sense of control, being in charge. And forgiveness is not an excuse. Forgiveness doesn't mean everything is right and now I can move on. I have done something horrible, I forgive myself and move on. That's not what I mean. If you have to learn a lesson from it, please pick up the lesson. But forgiveness is making you ready to restart, to reset today. So that's the first letter. By the way, I have a small framework to download. If you want to download, it would be in the links or on our website. Or you could just take a pen and paper, draw these lines. F for forgiveness. I'll tell you what is C and K. And on the left side, make 3 rows: personal life, work life, and elsewhere. And write down, what am I forgiving myself for in my personal life? Micro things, because our brain is stuck with small things. I mean, I'm upset just because I left the door open for too long and the room was colder or something of that kind. Okay, can I forgive myself and move on? Not saying it was right, but can I do something about it next? Small thing, not a big problem of life. Okay, big problems will be solved once the small problems get sorted. C stands for commitment. In fact, what have I committed myself for today? In the next 5 minutes, in the next 1 hour, in the next 24 hours. And once I'm clear with this, longer term. And more than committing, what am I recommitting to it? Because if I've missed out yesterday, if I've slipped, I have to go back and recommit to that. So make a list in that column that starts with C for commitment in personal life, in professional life, work life, and elsewhere. What am I committing to? No, now committing gives you that sense of purpose, micro purpose. I'm committing to finish this video. I'm committing to create a good video. I'm committing to share my knowledge with others or share my pain with others to start with. And what did that pain lead me to? I'm committing to be on time for just that one thing. I'm committing to finishing this particular thing. I'm committing to clean this table. You see, all these exercises were the simplest of ones. These are daily chores. Don't get hung up on committing to solve world's problems right away. If you do that, amazing, congratulations. But that might be another coping mechanism to forget our daily life. Come back to small things. Once you commit to small things and repeat it, you will see the big things will start taking care of themselves. Okay. And the third bit is kindness. Now, this is again kindness to yourself. Still not talking about kindness to others. First, kindness to yourself. How is it different from forgiveness? It's very different. It's much more than forgiveness. And what I'm referring to are the acts of self care that you are doing all day long, starting next 5 minutes, next 1 hour, next 24 hours, last 5 minutes, last 1 hour, last 24 hours, last week, and so forth, last year. What are the things that you did for yourself and that made you feel good in professional life, in personal life, and elsewhere? And start writing down. Whenever you get a moment, keep writing down. What is happening is you are creating an inventory of things you can do to go to the green zone or the go zone, like we speak. It brings you back from the sense of overwhelm. It brings you back from the sense of guilt. Guilt is a big topic. We have a big section on that because a lot of people struggle with guilt and resentment, and resentment for our own self. In fact, um, it's pretty important to look at that. So forgiveness, commitment, and kindness to yourself. What acts of forgiveness can you do for yourself, personal life, work life, elsewhere? What things are you committing to, personal life, work life, elsewhere? And what acts of kindness are you doing for yourself, personal life, work life, and yourself? You might say, this is too simple. Try it out for 1 hour. Try it out for 5 minutes to start with. and repeat it few more times, your brain will go to a sense of calmness. Because you're doing something about this, you have a sense of control. By control, we mean being able to take action, being in charge. By committing, you're getting a sense of purpose. By forgiving, you're getting a sense of service and value. And as you repeat this, you go from the protective emotions of frustrations or panic or something slowly towards the connecting and constructive emotions of being engaged, being creative, and feeling better and better about it. And that has a direct impact on our well-being. Try it out and let me know. If you haven't subscribed, please do. That sends the video to more people who can benefit, and it also sends video and audio. It also sends more relevant content to you. Remember, your first priority is you. Take care of yourself, and we are all in this together.